Hello, I'm going to be rampaging through some DOS Angband because I found some more things, and some more things have occurred to me. One thing about you may just be able to hear music in the background. This is music from Hengband, open source music that they have collected for that variant. I found. Do they? Oh, it's in the config file. Let's do that. The config file describes what the various file names are for. So I had thought maybe like dungeon low was for low tempo, medium was for medium tempo, high was for high tempo. No, that's not the case. If you Google translate the Japanese text, it says it's for low is for like dungeon levels up to level 40. Medium is for levels 40 to 80. High is levels 80 and above, and similarly with the field, although those are different levels, and so forth. So, and feel was for specific uh, danger levels on a floor or something like that. If they were exceptional danger levels, I think something like that. So it's not. It was specifically for danger rating for the feel stuff and level rating. So that's that. Right now I'm playing a medium track, I think. Okay, so another thing I found that's kind of important if you're running the later DOS Angbands is so I mentioned that I was getting higher CPU usage with the later DOS Angbands. Basically, any also with later versions of DOS Umoria, basically any versions after the PC Angbands by Charles T, which run just fine. The later releases when run in DOSBox anyway, use a bunch of CPU, as I'll show you here. So this is DOS Angband 306, Robert Rollman's, well, it's the last DOS version of Angband, and Rollman's last release. So you actually, so I'm not getting any DOS CPU usage. I should have. Let's, because the parameter I found is cycles. So 10,000 seemed to be just about right for my 3-year-old medium range gaming laptop here. The default setting is auto. So if I put it back to that, and let's quit out, restart. So this is with the default DOSBox setting for CPU cycles. So you notice it goes up to 12% there. And it was basically keeping my laptop fan running kind of nonstop, up to 15% there. So that's probably not great. Like, I don't want to, impact the lifespan of my laptop just running DOS Angband. That seems kind of silly. So, also, it's actually too fast. Like you see here, it teleports around. It teleports around, and there's no, unlike older versions of Angband where you could change settings to show the character when running, you can't do that here, and you just can't see yourself moving. So anyway, the solution I found for this, if I want to play these newer DOS versions, which I kind of think I might, is to set cycles to something specific instead of just letting DOSBox take as many cycles as it wants, because something in those later versions seems to just eat up a ton of your CPU cycles for I don't know what reason. So for me, I found that limiting it to 10,000 didn't significantly impact performance and keeps the CPU usage down, as we'll see. So I've limited it here to 10,000 cycles. And it should stay below about 1% on this machine now, which would be nice. Now I do have a task here. I want to get back to town. I should probably look at my map. Oh my gosh, there's just tons of stairways everywhere. That's just good. Let's go to a stairway. I'm also running here with I've used the ampersand sign is a color editor and the percentage sign is a character editor. I've used those to make my normal @ symbol a smiley face, and to make to get rid of colors and make the game normal DOS monochrome. My light is growing faint. What was the other thing I was going to say? Darn it, I forgot. Okay, I'm back to level 1. What we got here? Rounded pebbles. Yeah, sure, get those. Okay, I'm just looking for a stairway up. Oh, my light ran out. I was kind of running low on food, too, but then I ended up finding a bunch of food. Now, I could be wrong on this, but I don't think you ever find secret doors in mineral seams. So that may be a clue as to when there's a secret door or not. I've got a lot of unidentified potions now. More of them. Okay, that was a fun little twist. Stairway down. Uh-oh, what was that? Oh my gosh. See, without a food percentage display, I get into all kinds of food hunger problems. So my CPU usage is staying below 1% as far as I'm noticing, which is probably good. Let's try to keep it that way. Oh boy. Level 1 ambush here. Scrolls. Oops. I'm having trouble on this level 1. Lead-filled mace, 3d4. It weighs 18 pounds. Well, maybe I'll hang on to that. I'm not gonna I have to remember not to wield things right away, though, because they may be cursed. What was that? Have to let my warrior's danger sense identify it after carrying it for a bit. Okay, guys, I just need a stairway up. Just get me up to town. There we go. And, okay, because what I wanted to confirm is that I don't think there's haggling in this version. I don't think there's any options for haggling. I do kind of like all of these AI options. I don't know if they actually make a difference noticeably especially over current Angband. And I was saying, like, I don't know if I've ever seen these. I don't know about these chase ones, but of course, you see the group behavior, especially in like canines. Dog packs will tend to hang back in rooms and stuff, but that's in these later ones that are more common. These things about chasing are not things you see in current Angbands, and I'm sort of curious about those. Anyway, looking for just double checking to make sure there's no haggling option, and I'm pretty sure there isn't. and this is Angband 3.0.6, the last DOS Angband. And I like the DOS stuff because it's got these silly checkerboard walls, and I don't know. I just like how those look. Also, it's probably a little more feasible to play in monochrome in the DOS versions. They were monochrome initially, of course. Or, well, the initial Angband was monochrome, then the first DOS version added some color, but you could still turn the color off with an easy option. Then this version, or some version around this version, Robert Roman put in a color editor, which is still in current Angband. And that effectively lets you set the colors back to monochrome if you really want to. Well, yeah, so no haggling. So what happens is kind of weird. I do need to buy some stuff. Let's buy some food. So if we go to buy some food, let's say 4 or 5, sure. So you see the vestiges of the haggling system because it says, what do you offer? And then it says in brackets, square brackets, accept. So it's almost like you've been haggling, but there was no haggling. I think it might have just, it may somewhere call it auto haggle or something, but there's no option to turn back on regular haggle. So, yeah, you basically see the automatic end result of haggling, which is a fixed price, and you aren't offering. There's no choice. You just have to hit enter or hit escape to cancel the purchase. So it's a little weird, but yeah, no haggling in this version. I was kind of thinking, I kind of miss haggling, which is sort of stupid because I bet if I played this like all the way through, a dungeon dive, I would get really sick of haggling. But I don't know. I've never actually played for that long, because I'm just a goofball who just messes around with stuff. There's probably some other stuff I want to play. Anyway, that was really what I wanted to come up here to confirm. Let's go look at some other DOS versions that I've been wondering about. So, there is this curiosity of Angband 2.8.3, 2.8.3. 2.8.3 was Ben Harrison's final release. On the official Angband site, rfil. I can't talk. Hang on, water. rfil.org. In their releases section, they have a section on Angband 2.8.3, but there's no DOS version there. And they talked about how it's Harrison's last release. It was known as a very stable version because it was a rare release for him that was just bug fixes. And it was one that people stuck with for a while because of that reason, that it was this very stable thing. But there's no DOS version to download there. But I guess I just Googled Angband 2.8.3 DOS, and it first hit or so was a hit to Harrison's website, which is file.org. Almost like the official Angband site which is refile.org. Anyway, file.org, that's PHIAL.org. Google pointed me to file.org/angdirs, ANGDIRS. I'll have this link in the description. And if you look in there, you find a directory called Old Tree. There's a bunch of directories. And even though if you go to, the front page of file.org and look through that, you'll see that Harrison says on there that he does not have any downloads. He specifically says he does not have old, stuff to download. But if you follow that Google thing I found, you go to /angders/oldtree. There may be a dash, old dash tree, I forget. You'll find a directory for Angband 2.8.3 DOS, And there's a bunch of game files in there. And in fact, it looks like a complete set of game files for a DOS release of Angband, and plus a bunch of extra stuff that is actually, there looks to be some redundant stuff in there, like textures or whatever it was. I don't remember. And in fact, let's take a look here. I think I can turn this off now. I think we're okay on performance. What is this stuff? I mean, maybe it was kind of a messy release. We've got some source files in here, for Pete's sake. Still got the bone directory, even though player ghosts were taken out. Harrison took player ghosts out. Yeah, there's fonts for graphical. So I think Rollman had been involved in putting, because Rollman introduces himself as the guy who made the IBM graphical mode, and that would be what these fixed fonts are for. So he must have been making those contributions while Harrison was still maintainer. And actually, I was reading through release notes in the releases section on the official Angband site for Rollman's releases, and there was at least one note I saw where he incorporated some more work that Harrison had done. So they were, and also the releases section there talks about the two of them, the switchover between them, where they were talking to each other and agreed to make this switch where Rollman would become maintainer. So it sounds like they did a fair amount of working together. So anyway, there's a bunch of extras files. So I just had to download all of these files separately because they weren't zipped up. It took a little while, but then I went ahead and tried to run them. And did I need to use, let's see what it does by default. I forget. Oh, it does graphical interface type stuff by default. Let's not do that. Let's go to, I think this will work. The IBM mode, command line switch -m IBM. Yeah, we get the old checkerboards. Now, one thing I was wondering, does this have the color editor? It does. Does it have the character editor? It does. So, that means I should be able to take the user file I made for 306 and put it into, oh my gosh. Oh, there's already one in here. What's in here? Shoot. I don't think I made that one. Well, roguelike commands are in here but commented out. So these are system-specific preferences files. I'm not using this stuff. I guess I am using this. User win perf. What does that do? Wait a second, that doesn't exist. So it's pointing to these things that don't exist. There is a Mac one. The other ones aren't here. So I guess those are just ones you could make for yourself. Actually, that's interesting. I wonder if that would work in 306, because what I wanted to do in 306 was Gee. Okay, now I want to try something in 306. So this is if system is Windows, DOS, or IBM. I would not want it to do DOS, so I would take that out. I guess I could put a separate one for DOS, but shoot. Okay, let's try something different. Let's take this. Go to 306. Let's make this... Oh, well, what was it going to be named? I already forget. I should take the whole gosh darn thing. User-win.prf. So rename you. And then we'll save this to 306. Okay. And actually, I'm going to take DOS out. Let's copy this. And I can't hit buttons right. Wow. Oh no, I'm in some weird mode. Don't. Did it already save this? Did I just hose my... I don't know what's going on there. I don't know why it's doing that weird highlighting. I don't understand this editor yet. Let's try not to click random mouse buttons as we fumble finger around. Ah, shoot. I'm really bad at Windows. Okay. Wait, did I make my other one DOS or IBM? DOS is the one I want to avoid, because that's the graphical one. Okay, I think that looks okay. Win, okay. So this might work. Because the problem was, the monochrome stuff I did in the editor, in the in-game editor, and the player smiley face didn't look right in the DOS graphical stuff. Kind of screwed that up. It broke the character sprite, for instance, and the monochrome stuff was not very readable against the gray marble texture background. So let's see if that works. I won't be too surprised if it doesn't. It did. Sweet. So, and then if I run without the IBM, but I'm running in low cycle, so it's going to be a little slow. Okay. Well, that's weird. Oh, no, this is still screwed up, so that didn't work. Well, yeah, it didn't work. There's probably something I messed up. Because my character's sprite is still broken in The text is still monochrome. It did read this user win prf though, and it got my settings out of there, so that part worked. But it was doing it for the DOS graphical version, which is not what I wanted. Why did it do that? I don't suppose it was reading Windows in there, was it? I mean, I would have thought this IBM one would only have kicked in if I was using that MIBM, the IBM graphical module, and I wasn't right there. So it shouldn't have gone in there. But, I don't know, maybe that setting just got kind of broken in 306 or after 283. Maybe it doesn't even work in 283. Heck, I don't know. I haven't tried it in there. I mean, one last thing to try here would be just what am I doing? Comment that out. Take this Windows stuff out just to make sure that isn't screwing things up. And, just try that. It's a little slow to load with only 10,000 cycles. No. So, okay, one other thing I could try would be, what is it, Hengband? I also noticed something interesting. If you, Angband.help supposedly gives usage statistics. Maybe not. Okay, let's try Angband specifically calling the DOS module, which should be called by default. I mean, it is called by default. But maybe you have to do it this way. If you do it this way, you'll get the DOS recognized thing through the user perf. No. So that doesn't work. Or it's not working. I don't know how to make it work. Well, that was interesting. Interesting try. Okay. Well, I'll just leave that in there. Maybe I'll figure a way out to make that work at some point. I basically only, well, yeah, I mean, I'm not really probably going to be messing around in the, I mean, if I don't want that stuff, I would just, just comment out my perf file anyway. Okay, so let's go to Hengband 306 or 283. Harrison's last release. I was paging around in there, wasn't I? Hengband font. Actually got a make file. I don't suppose I would ever be able to actually compile these things. That would be interesting, though. I've not really wanted to start poking into that whole nest of bees, because then I'd be tempted to start making code changes. And I'm not a coder, and it gets real messy. There's a lot of extra stuff that I had to download file by file from, well, I didn't have to, but I wanted to make sure I got everything. Well. More tile sets in a separate extras DOS folder. This is all kind of strange. I did see something somewhere about a compilation fix for Allegro or support for Allegro or something. There's source files. I mean, you can download the source, no doubt, from somewhere. So, probably just from the regular Angband site. Alright, well, I just wanted to see how this plays, basically. Oh, well, I did want to, jeez. To see if my 306 stuff would work in here. Should I mess with this? Might as well. Copy this stuff over. Gonna back up the original user perf in here. Okay. Actually, this would be a chance to test if this works with the graphical thing. So if I just run Angband. Oh, maybe you need to call graphics specifically in this. Or can you turn it on? Exclamation mark? Oh, there is no exclamation mark menu. Okay, in that case, let's see what Angband help tells us. Oh. Well, we can do -v-g maybe. I don't know if you can do like VG or if you do. Wow. Ugh. So maybe this is where you would mess around with some of those other graphical extras tile sets. There was also a... Well, I don't suppose this had Gervais support back in 283. There is a... Oh, maybe I should... I don't think I recorded that, did I? The, because Gervais... I just found this out today. The Gervais tile set... Wow, that's weird looking. There's some weird looking stuff, man. So you still have to hit O to open doors in this version, unless that's an option. Let's do quick messages, whatever that is. Oh, does this not have the pickup? What if we turn these... what if we turn these off? Does this not have the get command? It does have repeat obvious commands. I'll pick things up by default. No, I don't want... I want to see if it has get. I thought we had get back then, but maybe not. I do want to be alerted to critical hit points. Ah, God, I'll just hit the wrong key. Oh, so here you have an option for auto haggle. Okay, that's one thing I was wondering about. So you can, in theory, you can haggle in this version. The aligned room things, I wonder if that's on by default in later versions. It's supposed to kind of make things work a little better, but you might not have as many weird types of vaults or something like that. Oh, it does have the monster chase options. Let's turn those on. I don't use the special color for torchlight because the yellow just messes with my eyes, but of course I've used the color editor to turn off colors, so that wouldn't matter now. Is that what this was? Yeah. Hit point warning, 30%. How about that? Did that take? Okay. Oh, this graphical version. Is that a... Wow. The floating eye looks okay. Before I forget, let's... I don't think I recorded the Gervais tile set version that you can download as an extra for the... for Angband 306, and it was not included. Let me hang on a second. Yeah, so there is a version of the Gervais tile set that was sort of released for Angband 306, and I sort of found out about this because you look in here and there's a README in the 306 extras graphics folder that says David Gervais's tile set is available from the following URL, Thangarodrim, blah, blah, blah. Thangarodrim was Rollman, the maintainer Rollman's own website, which is now gone. You can get to it via archive.org. I'm not sure if you could get to that through archive.org, but in fact, I don't think you can because I Googled this and I did find a discussion about it, an archived forum thread from the Angband forum where the current maintainer, Nick, talks about it, and he gives a link that does work still to download it from the ook.cz site, which is the site the Angband forum is hosted on, and I'll put a link to that stuff, or at least to the working download for the 306 version of the Gervais tile set in the description below this video on YouTube, because I did download this, and didn't I? Am I gonna have to go get it again? I thought I did. What am I doing? Oh, that's the Windows version. Right. I deleted the Windows version. Shoot, because the Windows version was messed up. I'm not sure how I would... How do you even select the different tile set in? Well, it was kind of messed up anyway. It was really hard. There was a whole discussion thread on how to get it showing up at the right size, because it's 32 by 32, but like the default, the old original tile set is smaller than that, and if you want to make it bigger, you have to stretch things out in the windows. Yeah, I think this is mostly Windows specific at this point. And you really have to stretch out the Windows font, and it gets really goofy looking and hard to read, and it basically was kind of had some issues. But it was interesting because this old version of the Gervais tile set has just a lot of different stuff. I mean, it's you can see how much work went over that into that tile set, because I mean, not only is it, you know, all the art that went into the tiles that you see in the current Angband in the Gervais tile set, but there were, you know, multiple versions of these tiles that the artist drew, because even like the main warrior sprite is completely different in this 306 version. They like turn at a different angle, and it's pretty interesting. But yeah, I guess I was looking at it specifically in the Windows version. And there's something when I run these old Windows versions from this era now. There's something, I don't know if it's a memory leak or what, but I can't then delete the folder that I was running them from afterwards. It says it's still in use. Like there's, I don't know if that's a memory leak or what, but you know, you get that. You haven't had that problem in anything in Windows in a long time, but yeah, something little, some kind of thread that's not quitting on those old Windows versions in Windows 11, at least in my Windows 11. Anyway, let's go back to Angband 306. Or 283. And what was it? Oh, I wanted to get out of that. So yeah, let's do Angband MIBM. Okay, so I'm just at the first level of the dungeon. So yeah, this doesn't have. I've got hounds on me, jackals. So they should be using that more advanced AI behavior in theory. Actually, does this have? It doesn't have counts. You can't type a number to do a repeat command like you could in an original Angband. But so I've closed that door now, but I can't just bump into doors. So that is kind of a I've discovered that is kind of a deal breaker for me. I was trying to play the original Angband, Frog Nose Angband, but yeah, having to type keys to open all the doors, and sometimes and entering the repeat count thing if a door was getting stuck. That was just a big. Turns out I do not have the fortitude to keep doing that. I need to be able to bump into doors to open them. But so probably 283 is not really for me. Let's get back up to town. I thought I was heading the right way. Okay, so it does have the seams using the mineral seams are displayed using a different DOS pattern block, which is nice. I like that. It just gives it a nice look, if you ask me. Oh, that's a stairway down. Gosh darn it. Where was I going? Oh, it's way over there. Shoot. Oh, I can't bump doors. Killer. There's another stairway down. Another stairway down. Where the heck? Ah, jeez. I just want to look at the haggling, you know? Oh man, we got worms in the way. Hello. I wonder what, okay, it's below 1%. That's good. Okay, let's go haggle. Oops. Let's buy some food. Sure, just one. Buying a ration of food. Eventually. Oh. So it's still. I thought auto haggle in stores. No. So I have auto haggle off, but it's kind of auto haggling. What if. Did I try this before? This seems familiar now. What if I turn auto haggle to yes? Same. Oh, well, that's just broken. So there is still no haggling. I wonder if you can override that correctly by some kind of PRF file setting or something. Well, that's too bad. Well, So 283, no auto open, no bump to open doors. Auto haggle still deep sixth, or old actual haggle still apparently deep sixth. And the oh wait, did the override actually work though? Oh yeah, you have to enable that. Arg. Dash G, not D. Oh yeah, it's so intense. Now I don't think you can. Yeah, I don't know how you would. Well, no, Gervais is, yeah, that's for Windows in 306. I don't know. So this does work. It does override my my monochroming settings that I put in WinPerf in 283. So in 283, this stuff does work. When I tried this same stuff in 306, it was for some reason still going into. Wait a second. It was still going into the DOS stuff, or DOS was in 306. DOS was loading from the IBM one, which it shouldn't have been doing. But here it's behaving correctly in the DOS one. When I have enabled the graphical mode, which is DOS, does not read from user win. So it's too bad that sort of got broken in 306 or something, or by the time of 306. Not that it matters, because I wouldn't probably be playing the graphical 306 version ever anyway. Okay, so one other thing I wanted to look at was there is a DOS version of Zangband, which you can get from the SourceForge site, where you get all the other Zangband stuff, which I will probably also have a link to. Let's just go. And actually, Zangband, so Rollman was making the Zangband releases in 2004, so they were pretty closely following his Angband releases, in fact, very closely. The README talks about what's different between this and, okay, I do want to go look at that. Z update, I think. Listing the changes in Zangband, comparing the standard Angband 281. So that was the, I guess this is 2004 current Angband 281. Wait a second, 281. His first, well, that was still during Harrison's run, because Harrison's last one was 283. So this, well, I'm a little unsure about this then. Maybe they hadn't. I don't know. I'm getting my timelines confused. I mean, I don't know the timelines well enough, but I'm pretty sure 281 would. Okay, I gotta go look. Just a sec. Yeah, 281. Angband 281 was from 1997, and Zangband 275 was definitely from 275. Preview 1 was apparently from 2004, so 281 was either the last time they specifically updated to stay current with Angband code. So wow, 97, they just didn't bother specifically getting stuff. Or maybe that's just the last time they... No, because this was FAR 275. Wow. Well, anyway, so there's that. Come on, 10,000 cycles. You can get there. Boy, there is a note about Gervais tile set in here, isn't there? But maybe that's for a Windows version. I don't know. I don't know how you would run a Gervais tile set in a DOS version. Maybe there's a way. So this does look a little more together than that. Well, than that 283. Of course, Rollman was working on Zangband, so maybe he had done... I'm a little confused as to why, like, this texture stuff, which would be Rollman's work, in... Oh, well, this came out later. What am I thinking? This is 2004. Duh. Blubbering, icky thing. Don't drool on me. Why am I playing this graphical version anyway? I mean, the best looking version, I think, of Zangband is the GCU version, just the terminal version. You get some really gorgeous ASCII colors and stuff, especially in the outdoors, which just don't come across in the graphical version, that's for sure, and don't even really come across in the ASCII stuff. See if the color editor is here. It is. It's even got more options. Dump message colors. Modify message colors. Oh no. Oh shoot. Take a little more work to Well, wait, what are my options here anyway? Oh, I see. You just switch it to a different other color. Huh, so you switch message colors to the the preset colors, which you modify the preset colors with this. Okay. Well, that's interesting. We've got the mineral seam showing up with the different DOS blocks, pattern blocks. Give me that dough. What's this thing? Canine skeleton. Does this not have get? So yeah, Angband 283 didn't have get. The G pickup, manual pickup. Does this? We've got wait, enter is toggling, it's not moving through. I'm using up and down arrow to move through. Can I use the roguelike commands do not move through? Picking these up, let's try no. Okay, space also toggles. Pick things up by default. No. Reverse experience display is interesting. Oh, it does query to destroy. Oh, maybe that's what that other option was. Oh, automatically open doors. Yes, please. Disarm traps. Yeah, do that. Prompt when buying or selling. What is that about? Does that have anything to do with haggling? So hang on. Ah, so get does work. Good. Okay, that's cool. And it shows when you're standing on things, it shows the name, so that all works. Okay, because that like didn't work in older versions of Angband. You couldn't tell what you were standing on unless you got a prompt to pick it up, because it wouldn't just tell you when you stood on something otherwise. Yeah, this is nice. Let's go see if I can bump a door. So, wait, did I just pick up that junk? I did. Oh no. Let's not carry a canine skeleton around. But, oh, the auto prompt to destroy would have been. So, what is the command to destroy? Oh, this elaborate Zangband system. Oh, Control D. Control D. Dash for floor. Destroy the canine skeleton? Yeah. On the ground, no more canine skeletons. So does that mean it's going to auto-destroy any other canine skeleton? Huh. Okay, let's close that door. Oh, it auto. You don't have to type a direction, and you bump to open. Yeah. See, I didn't really think much of Zangband before looking at like the terminal version and stuff, but oh wow, it's really running fast. Although I know it does have the a pillar. Oh, that's different. There's more prompts. Okay, I gotta look through more options. There's so many options. Run into potential corners. Okay, we need to clear more prompts. That's well, audible bell. Audible bell works in certain. Oh no, I'm toggling stuff accidentally. Halt all input after HP warning. Yes, I don't know. Okay, let's do that. Okay, that'll be good. Audible bell, there was something about how to make it work. I had trouble in current Angband getting audible bells to work because I was doing something silly. I forget. Get last word when... Oh no, I don't like that. Let's not do that. You just have to like type something. It'll save it, I suppose, to your dead characters file. Allow uniques to speak? Cool. Unusually small dungeon levels? Okay. I would actually like to be able to turn off the generation of some of the Zangband weird levels, but I don't know if there's an option for that. I don't care about notes, I guess. Use color if possible. So wait, if I turn this off, is it going to be in monochrome? Does Control R work? Turns to fight. That's different. Let me close the door on the icky thing. Oh. Oh no, that's just me healing. So is it monochrome now? It is monochrome. Well, gosh darn, there's a monochrome toggle in Zangband. Holy smokes. Display options, of course. Huh. Oh, you notice it's also, I'd forgotten about this. The seams also use a different gray if you have color on. Well, that's all really cool. So what was that thing about? Run into potential corners. Oh. I haven't seen that in regular Angband. What else do we got? Do I want to be highlighting the player with the cursor? What if I turn that off? That's a little better, right? Blinking can get a little irritating. Oops. Okay, let's do special colors for not the torch lit stuff, but the other stuff. For the player. What is that? Oh, that was on. Maybe that's just the getting wounded colors. Let's allow monsters to carry lights. Why not? That could be cool. Birth options. So you can just turn off the wilderness if you want. I don't know if there's any point to that particularly. I don't know if there's any point to the wilderness in this though, because so Zangband, apparently the early Zangband had a fixed wilderness, a small like postage stamp size fixed wilderness, but it still had several other towns, and they incorporated this whole quest system to going around different areas in it. I think there was some kind of quest system. But then later on in Zangband's development, I mean, Zangband was around for 10 years in one form or another. Or getting updates for 10 years in one form or another. But later versions they made this big switch to a procedural wilderness, and that by necessity disabled the old quest system because that was based on the static wilderness. And they said that we're gonna make a revamped quest system for the procedural wilderness, but they never got that far, and I can only sort of guess that the procedural wilderness was not popular because the variants that diverged from Zangband, which was a variant of Angband, of course, but then it got its own variants off of Zangband. I mean, that's where the current Frog Compost band, which is probably the most popular variant, at least on Angband.live, that's where that came from, and all the other Compost band and that kind of stuff came from Zangband. Hengband, the Japanese variant, came from Zangband, but they didn't come from the later Zangband with the procedural wilderness. They came from the earlier Zangband with the static wilderness, and then vastly expanded that static wilderness to these huge continent-sized things. So the whole procedural wilderness in the later Zangband versions apparently was not popular, and Zangband just kind of died. I don't know if that's because like Rollman himself didn't have time to work on it anymore, but it just stopped. So the procedural wilderness did not end up going anywhere. I mean, so these are Iron Man type options. They're even called Iron Man in their names. Ask for saving death. Munchkin death. I've never tried that death save stuff. Oh, you can turn off auto roller. I don't like auto roller, so that's handy. I mean, you don't have to use it when you're going through character creation, but it prompts you. I should probably turn off silly monsters because I probably don't like silly monsters. Whoops. How did I do that? How did I just quit out? Tilde. That's not right. Well, that's interesting because in the terminal version of Zangband, the escape key is slow. There was this old problem with, it was some kind of like low level, I think, how the escape key was parsed in some old versions, and there's a little delay on it, whereas if you want an instant back out, you would hit tilde instead in the terminal version of Zangband. That was fixed. I tracked down the change in Angband that apparently fixed it in Angband, and I think it was fixed separately in one of the Zangband, at least in like Compost Band or one of those as well. They had to fix that there, but it was still in the 2.7.5 Preview 1 Zangband terminal version, but it does not seem to be a factor here in the DOS version, which is nice. See, I just hit escape and there was no delay. Artificial intelligence options. Monster pack use new AI, yes. So I think that was incorporated back into Angband. Unless this is something on top of the Angband pack AI. Okay, so I've got the shading going from those lighting options or the special color options. What if I now switch back to monochrome? Oh, it turns all those off. Also, I would then, since it's white, I would then want to go into the color editor and, switch it to that DOS gray, that AA gray. Now, why did my highlight player with the cursor go back on? Did I toggle that? Oh wow, that was really slow. My 10,000 cycles ain't getting me too far there. Wow, what was that? What's going on? What? There's probably some option I could mess around with. It's definitely doing some slow pathfinding. Is that to run into potential corners? Maybe that's what that is. Let's try that. E, turn that off. If I go back here to this double width hall. Okay, yeah. No, still doing it. Well. I don't know. It's weird. And it runs past corners. It's not really supposed to do that. Testing options. Monster lit grids. Wow. Cheating options, base delay factor, hit point warning. Let's put that on 30. Auto save options. I'm not. Yes, I guess. Is this just in case, like in case your game crashed and your regular save got corrupted or something? Oh, I'm not getting it. So I think I told it to ignore all corpses now, effectively, when I destroyed that corpse. What if I control D here? Oh, there's no prompt for floor, so yeah, it's like, man, that color is eye piercing. I wonder if search properly or repeats until it finds something or knows to repeat. Oh, my torch is burnt out. Sure. No, it's not. Is this the bottom? No, not quite the bottom. I suppose the lighting could be slowing it down a little. Hey, there's one. Wait a second. It didn't open that. I failed to unlock the door 3 times, but it didn't then open it eventually. Man, getting lit up by these things. Yeah, that's bothering me. If I destroyed all... Why is it showing it to me in that annoying color? That's a rodent skeleton. So it's these other skeletons, it's not like the ignore just makes it so it doesn't tell me what it is. I think that's what it did when I destroyed it. But that's what it should be doing, is not showing it to me at all, preferably. But maybe that's not how it worked back then. Let's try destroy on this. Rodent skeleton. So it does let me select floor. No more rodent skeleton. So it removes that one, but if I find, I bet I'll find another one potentially. There's a brown snake skeleton it's not telling me about. Ow. Man, I don't know. Oops. Zangband's interesting. Did it kill my torch? Wow, I think it did kill my torch. A faded rune. Is it gonna zap me? So wait, disarm used to be controlled. Oh, shifty. Okay, I just disarmed it. Good. Why, man, the pathfinding is weird. I'd kind of like to find a stairway up. Man, skipping the corners is messed up. Why would it do that? Why would it do it? Oh. Hey, there's that emergency stop. Well, that hurt a lot. Shoot. Can I run? Run. Hey, stop following me. Let's get back to a doorway, though. Yeah, it shouldn't skip. When exploring, it should not skip corners. It nailed me again. What is this? It's just a Naga? A green Naga? I've never killed one. Spit to shoot acid. This green Naga is, oh man. This Naga's just, well, I died. Couldn't beat that Naga. I should have been more fully equipped, of course, but heck. So that's another thing I was wondering about Zangband, was because Zangband, of course, started this whole thing of sort of kitchen sinky, that's terrible. Just more and more stuff. I didn't do that. Ah, heck. More and more character classes, and it led to the point where there's these later variants like Hengband and Frog Compost Band. Now, where there's just so many species and classes, and there's just no real attempt anymore to try making them balanced. And so that Naga, for instance, did not seem very well balanced for level 1 of a dungeon. Maybe it was out of depth and just a kind of unlucky spawn, but who knows. Well, this got me back to town in one way or another. What is an Amberite anyway? They're just like special humans, like better than human humans. Reputably immortal, advantages, tough, constitution can't be... So they're like Dunedain. Heal wounds. Is that just faster regeneration? They go up in level very slowly. They get innate powers at high enough level. So they're kind of like Dunedain, except they get more powers. And Dunedain is not here, so they basically replaced Dunedain. If Dunedain was even around back in Angband 2.8.1 or whatever. Oh, of course it shows me the bonuses right there, doesn't it? Anyway. I thought I turned off auto roller. Oh, did this reset my options? Oh no. Oh, and you can't. It does auto roller by default. Ew. Maybe that's why my character was so messed up. Strength 19. Oh, okay. This doesn't have 18 slash whatever. And the whole next for N for next screen or enter to accept. I mean, what is that? Oh, I see. Toggle through this stuff. Wow. Come on, 10,000 cycles. Oh, maybe it's generating the wilderness. Uh-oh. 10,000 cycles may not cut it in Zangband. Shoot. Yee. I did hit enter. There it goes. That only took a little while. So here's the Zangband colors. Pretty cool stuff. Of course, if you did turn off color, you want to get that stuff. It's nice that it refreshes right away. A lot of versions of Angband don't do that. Let's see how shops work. If I want to buy a cloak. Oh. I hit P. Oh, I hit the wrong key. D. Oh, so there's no haggling. It's just straight up. So hang on. Did it reset some of my options? Not those. There wasn't a haggling thing, was there? Not in display options, of course. I guess there is no haggling in Zangband. Shortcuts through all that stuff. Doesn't even do that weird vestigial remnants of haggling that you see in later Angband still. Just straight up gives you the thing right away. Moving very slowly here in town. Very slowly. Failed to unlock the door. Come on, man. What? I gotta open it manually. It's weird. I noticed that in the terminal version, I think. Yeah, really slow out here. And it doesn't look nearly as nice as the terminal version. And oh man, this thing's gonna kill me. It did kill me. Well, that's Zangband. Don't go outdoors. So yeah, Zangband, it's got, you know, easy monochrome option, although that's still white, so I would still want to do the color editing and switch it to more of a DOS gray, but yeah, it's got some problems. Got probably some balance problems. Got that weird navigational quirks. It skips corners. It bops back and forth in hallways that are two tiles wide. It's just got a lot of crazy stuff in there that's a little rough around the edges. But yeah, Zangband was around for like 10 years. I mean, at first, Topi Yolinen, if I don't know how to say his name properly, but who was the creator of Zangband, his first versions were called like Angband -- or ++ or something, and and they were actually forked off of PC Angband 1.3, Charles Teague's original DOS series of ports that started with the first Angband, Frognose. He started making variants off of those, and kept at it. He made another one off of something. What was the next one he made it off of? I forget. But anyway, eventually Harrison came along and revamped the code in Angband that made it a lot easier, and so then he did that's where the variants that he actually was calling Zangband started coming in. And but yeah, so he first started though back in '94, which was the year, you know, just 1 year after Frognose. And then he eventually, Rollman eventually took over from him. I don't know what year Rollman took over in, but Rollman's last release, this one here, was in 2004, so that was, you know, 10 years down the line. That's a long time for a variant, and they had a team going, a multi-person team working on Zangband for years, and then it kind of fell apart at the end. And now you've still got well, I guess Hengband is a multi-person team working on that one. And this, still today. So, I mean, that's decades. And then Frog Compost Band is still going strong, although it doesn't get many updates anymore. But the creator still responds to questions on the forum, and people report bugs and stuff. I don't know. Maybe he's fixing them, and he just hasn't put together. And he does that in like the GitHub code base, but doesn't put out a compiled release. I'm not sure. Anywho, just wanted to look at that stuff and satisfy some of my lingering, well, these questions were popping up into my head this morning, and when I woke up an hour early and just lay in bed trying to, I don't know what I was doing. I just had all these ideas about Zangband and Angband 283 rampaging through my head, and questions about haggling and stuff, which I guess I've now answered for myself. So no haggling in any of these versions, actually, even though like 283 made it sound like it would have had haggling, but it didn't. Haggling is definitely gone in Zangband 275, and I don't know if early versions had it. And then there was that very curious thing where you could specify different preferences for the DOS version, aka the graphical version in DOS, versus the IBM version, aka the old DOS ASCII version in Angband 283, and it partially works in Angband 306, but not completely, which is a little too bad. But I guess I'm still Angband 306, the last DOS Angband, is still my DOS go-to. Because Zangband is a little too weird for me, I think, and maybe the balance is a little too crazy. And don't drool on me. I've decided not to put up with townspeople anymore. Just whack them. They're not real. I'm not a scumbag. Am I? Get away from me. And, yeah. Now, how much DOS Angband I'll actually be playing, I don't know. I've found that since I've been a little better about sleep lately, I don't really have a problem playing actual graphical Angband, and there are many nice things in modern Angband. But I found myself just absent-minded, well, not absent-mindedly, I was procrastinating last night and just fired up the old DOS Angband and was just having a whole lot of fun running around as my edited, wow, that guy dropped some water. Maybe that's a euphemism for something. Just having fun running around in my edited monochrome smiley face. It's so goofy. But 283 is actually weird, and then I got on this whole thing of wanting to solve the getting worried about the CPU usage. So it was up to 0.9. But the limiting it to 10,000 cycles does seem to work. It's not revving my... See, there's down to 0. That's nice. It's not revving my CPU fan constantly, which was getting me a little worried. I do wish they ran as low CPU usage by default as as Charles Teague's PC Angband releases. But they don't. The only other one, well, let's see, in the Moria releases, the Moria DOS versions, where am I? There's too many folders. Oh, well, there's only the 386 specific port of Moria 552, that has high CPU usage. The other Moria releases are okay. PC Moria, and then Moria, the non 386 port of Moria. And wait, what was Moria 5.5? Is that? Oh, that must be the later thing. Anyway, okay, so yeah. Anyway, I just got an itch to look through some of that stuff. Angband 306, still my DOS band, I guess. Good old weird smiley face. 10,000 CPU cycles. You know what the heck. Anyway, thanks for watching and indulging my weird DOS Angband fixation. I gotta stop this. That's it for now, though. Thank goodness. See you later.